In this class, you will learn how to speak English with confidence, without pressure, perfection, or overthinking. This class is not about sounding advanced. It's about staying calm and continuing. Why are we doing this class? Most English learners wait until they feel confident. Most English learners also try to sound correct all the time. And most English learners stop speaking when they feel unsure. This creates pressure. The combination of waiting until you feel confident, trying to sound correct, and stop speaking when you feel insecure, it creates pressure. What does pressure cause? Pressure is not a good thing because pressure causes silence, overthinking, and self-judging while speaking. The problem is not your English. It is about how much pressure you put on each sentence that you say. So what I want you to remember first, let's look exactly at what is important. The main lesson to learn here is that confidence comes from continuation, not correctness. Continuation means that you keep going. You keep trying. Correctness means fixing your mistakes all the time or trying to always speak correctly. The thing is that you don't build confidence by knowing grammar. You also do not build confidence by speaking fast. So the question then is, how do you build confidence? You can build confidence in 3 ways. You can build confidence by continuing calmly. You will feel good when you know how to continue a conversation. Calm and steady, not stressed, not speaking too fast. You will also build confidence by speaking even when it's simple, not thinking of yourself too highly, and speaking when you only know simple words. If you think, well, the words that I know are not difficult enough to sound fluent, that is when you should be speaking, because that builds confidence. No matter how much English you know, you can build confidence when you just start speaking, especially with mistakes, right? Third one, you can also build confidence by staying in the moment. Don't think too far ahead, don't look back too much, or compare yourself to other people. You can build confidence by staying in that moment, in that conversation you are having. If you build a house, this is the foundation. You have to understand the foundation. So let me repeat it one more time. You do not build confidence by knowing more grammar. You also do not build confidence by finding the perfect words. You also don't build confidence by speaking fast. So how do you build confidence? You build confidence by continuing calmly. You also build confidence by speaking even if it's simple. Thirdly, you build confidence by staying in the moment. Not thinking too far ahead, back, overthinking. You just stay in the moment. What does confident speaking actually look like? Confident English is often simple English. If you are the person that is learning a lot of difficult words, difficult synonyms, all the phrasal verbs and idioms, I must disappoint you. Because the most confident English is simple English. Simple English is confident English because the other person will understand you better. Confident English is also often slow English. I speak slow because I know that helps understanding. It also gives me more time to think about what I'm going to say. So I have less awkward breaks. I use less filler words simply because I slow down. The third thing that confident English is often is repetitive. Confident English is repetitive. Now, something that is repetitive or repeats itself can be very boring or annoying. Repetitive English is also confident English because you have done it before. Now, there is one more thing that confident English often is. Confident English is also often calm English. It sounds more natural when you're relaxed. There are situations for some people where it's always excited, right? It really depends on the person. For me though, these 4 things describe my confident English. Confident speakers are not in a rush. Confident speakers also do not explain everything. We understand that sometimes you just don't understand me, and that's okay. You don't always have to explain everything, and confident speakers know that. Thirdly, and this is also important for some of you, you don't need to correct yourself constantly. You can remember to try and do it better the next time, but in a conversation, the flow is more important than the fix. So what do confident speakers do? They continue. That's it. I gave you what they don't do, and now in 2 words I can give you what they do. Confident speakers, they continue. They focus as much as possible on not getting stuck in a conversation, but to keep on going, to moving, not rushing, but to move forward. Because they realize whatever it is, it's not that important. It's not that important to fix yourself right now. It's not that important to explain everything all the time. What does confident speaking actually look like? Confident English is often simple, slow, repetitive, and calm. Confident speakers do not rush. Confident speakers also do not explain everything. And confident speakers do not correct themselves constantly. What do they do? Confident speakers continue. That's it. Now let's practice speaking calmly without trying to sound perfect. Say it out loud. I'm not sure, but I think. Let me think for a second. It's simple, but I don't know the exact word, but these are very nice phrases because you're not saying sorry for anything and you are trying to explain yourself in a simple way. What do these phrases do? These phrases, number 1, buy time. If you like English idioms, they buy you time. What it also does is it reduces the pressure that you put on yourself. The third thing that these phrases do is that they simply sound natural. If you want to sound natural in English, you use phrases like, let me think for a second. Because native speakers do need to think for a second. Here are some practice sentences that you can say out loud. The rules are very simple. Focus on a slow pace, not correcting yourself and not fixing your mistakes. Sentence number 1. Say one sentence about today. For example, today I feel tired because I've been working a lot. Today I feel calm because I've been relaxing. Also say one sentence about your English. Say one sentence about your English. For example, my English is not perfect, but I'm speaking. My English is not perfect, but I'm speaking. Then say one more sentence about confidence. For example, I don't need confidence to speak. It is important that when you say these phrases, you pause often. Let silence be okay. You can use this way of speaking while walking, while thinking out loud, or when talking to friends. Use it in a really natural way. Don't just sit down, read the words from a screen, and do that every day. Make it natural. So use this way of speaking while walking, while thinking out loud, or while talking to friends. Then, we are connecting the practice to actually using it in real life. It's the bridge. You should also use this way of speaking, especially when you feel nervous, because that's how you grow confidence. I would also like to remind you that you do not need a speaking partner. You do not need a conversation partner. All you need is permission to speak calmly, because you know that the pressure only holds you back. And once you know how to speak calmly, you will suddenly speak way more confident in English. All you have to do today is start speaking out loud, calmly, with a slow pace. Relax and just try your best. Today you learned that confidence comes from continuing, not being correct. In the next class, you will learn how to keep speaking when your mind goes blank. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.